Well, good evening, everybody. Sal Capano here. Latest update on rental assistant program. I've been talking about this the last couple of days. It wasn't up. Was now up. Each state has a rental assistant program. I was talking about my previous videos. It might be. I'm hearing about some people are getting 1 month behind, 1 month ahead. So you have to go online to rental assistant program for your state. For example, I'm in Nevada, COVID-19 relief. There's enough in there. People, there's some homework you have to do. Don't just give up on it. You go in there and they're going to want some documentation, of course. They're going to want a show what you made after taxes. So if you're not working, or if you're working, let's just say if you're working part time, you would have to show proof of what your income is. If you're self employed, you would probably have to do a profit loss or show your, in addition to your unemployment. So, for an example, if you're making, just giving out a number, if you're making $500 a week in unemployment, um, they want to know, and that's, after taxes, then you would show that, and as well as your part-time earnings. So some kind of documentation. If you're not self-employed and you're working for somebody and you're collecting unemployment, they would want both of those. There is 90% now. Either your landlord can get paid, okay, they can pay directly to your landlord with your landlord information, or if your landlord refuses to want to get paid, then it can go directly to you, and then it's your obligation after you receive it to pay your landlord. Now, if you don't do that way, then of course the landlord would have all power to evict you. People, do not worry. You got to put the work into it. You got to, go online right now. Well, not right now. Watch the rest of my video. Rental assistant is available. How much? It's depending on how fast you do it. It's not the first come first serve, but if you just sit back and just look at it, or don't send those documents in, then you're not going to get any kind of assistance. Okay. So they're trying to, in this next stimulus bill, I understand they're going to have some more relief on there. So if you're 3 months late, your landlord um, cannot evict you, but you got to show some kind of um, uh, that you're helping to stay in that apartment or that house that you're renting from. So there's two ways. Your landlord can receive the check 90%, or or they'll send it to you. It also helps with utilities, your electric, gas, anything that you might be paying um, on there, except for like luxuries like cable and stuff. That's not in there. So go on there. I understand it's all email. So email, send them your information, put your cell phone, put your number on there, and then already be a step ahead. Already have that stuff. Um, just take some shots of the unemployment. I would assume what you're making, your state unemployment, and the boost. Let them know, and you should be eligible. That's what's part of it. All right, let's talk about what's in this new, what Joe Biden's administration is trying to approve in his first 48 hours in his administration. He wants to bring minimum wage up, if you haven't heard yet, to $15 an hour. People, just reporting it to you, and I'm not going to go over what I think. He wants to increase it to $15. He also wants to extend the unemployment, both for PUA, regular unemployment, to a boost of $100 in addition to the $300. So it'd be $400 plus your state unemployment through September. Doesn't give a date. Again, nothing's been done. It's just what he's talking. If you're asking me what I think, I said this in my previous videos. Watch all my videos. I think it's going to be done. It would be a smart move for his administration. It's, he'll stamp it and do it right away so he can, people, it's all politics. I'm not going to get into what I think, but all likelihood it's probably going to happen. He's definitely talking about it. I mean, he does have the support from the Senate and the House, so it should be a little easier to get that done. Additional 14, I talked about this in my other video. Additional, I think what I'm reading is they're going to try to give out money for the kids who are 18 years old as a dependent in your house that are going to college. I think that's one of the things they were trying to work out with the last administration, and it kind of failed. Um, but I'm not going to get into why it failed. So those are the things that they're all likelihood. Also, more money for vaccine, so we can start seeing more vaccine to each state. They're also, I know in my state, they're already listing if you're over a certain age, I believe it's 65 and over, and you have underlying blood pressure problems or diabetes, you'll be first in line to receive the vaccine if you want. Um, and then, of course, it goes up from there. If you're over 80 with no underlying condition, then you would be up there on that top of the list. Of course, physicians, nurses. I already know a couple doctors that are clients of mine, and nurses have taken it. Um, I've heard some good, I've heard some bad. I'm just speaking the truth. The doctor I talked to today, Dr. Mike, wouldn't mind me saying his first name, a very good doctor, had 2 vaccines, and the one he just took today, he had a little reaction. He was a little tired and got a little lightheaded. So there was a nurse that took it. She had no problems at all. So anyhow, there's more money. I'm getting off track. There's more money going to be in that stimulus bill for vaccine, minimum wage. I just talked about unemployment, the $1,400. There are a lot of things they're going to probably throw in and stuff to get this passed, and I don't really want to get in that in this video. I'll leave that up to you guys to debate and at a later date. But so with that, I that's about all I have. Oh well, yeah, there is something else with the credits for PUA. At least here in Nevada, I'm seeing that their credits are starting to apply. There are a lot of people who are asking me, well, my credits haven't got adjusted. I only had 300 in there, 400. They're not going in alphabetical order. I don't know how they're doing it, but the system's automatically adjusting those credits to at least last until the March 13th, March 14th deadline there. So if you haven't seen your credits adjust, I said this in my previous videos, you probably don't have to call. I'm just one, that's me, my nature. I would call, wait on hold, and just remind them, the person you talk to. I went over that, get their name, make sure they email your caseworker, adjudicator, basically the same thing, and remind them that your credits are getting low, so you don't wait till that week before. But I wouldn't worry too much. They should be adjusted according. I wish I can tell you how they're doing it, but it's just random. All right. I also heard today in Nevada, I'm hearing some good news from people that they're starting to see a pending a partial check. That's good news, a date, so they're starting to get paid. Those are people who have been waiting back from March and April. Ridiculous in Nevada. I know other states are having some kinks, and with the new $300 boost. I said in my other video, Georgia's one of them, Puerto Rico, and there's a few other states. So I feel I feel they're gonna have to. They have to do it. It's something that was passed. It's just the state basically just got caught. Literally got caught with their pants down. They knew this was coming. They should have had the language ready. They should have had their team together. I've said this in Nevada. I would have had a team of 50 at least, and said, break it up into groups and say, this is your job, this is your job, this is your job. The easiest thing would have done was, a program was up and running, just implement it on there. It wasn't like they had to do like a lost wage assistance, and this is not complicated. This is something that's been here now almost a year. I don't know why they're making it so complicated. I know fraud has a lot to do with it, so there's just more and more fraud, people. I talked about Saudi Arabia, people here in the United States. I hear that people in prison are, think about it, I'm going to say, I'm reading that people in prison, how are they getting their hands on computer and technology, and they're able to clone your account. What I understand, some states, I know Nevada did it for a little bit, they're sending out a link to go onto instead of going through their web browser to their link, and then add a new password and username to try to prevent that. I actually think it might be a good thing. I don't know. I don't know how. It seems like these crooks are 2 steps ahead, and why the hell are they in prison anyhow? Or why are they, they're so smart. Won't they do something else with their life? But that's what's happening when you're dealing with a lot of money like this, people. My prayers and thoughts, and hopefully they can kick some ass and crack down and arrest these people, prosecute them to the fullest on that. All right, so that's all I have for you this evening. The rental assistance was the big thing. Go on there after this video and apply. through email. I know in Nevada there was no phone number. I looked. Maybe something has changed. So if it's email, just get ready, get your typing, your fingers ready, and get all your information that you need. I think you need a proof of Social Security and license, and make sure it's the correct email so you're not getting your stuff into fraud. And make sure it does say rental assistance and it has that state. Just make sure it has security on that on the website, and get that done, people. It's your money. You're entitled to. I'm going to say this a million times. This wasn't anybody's fault. This was a pandemic. I got into what I thought about the panic before. I'm not going to get into that. Either way, we're suffering, the people. Tomorrow's another day. Say hello to somebody. And thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, please, and the like button. I like to, I'm a fighter. I like to get up to the amount of videos so I can actually go on live and have some real good giveaways like some of the other channels are doing. So unfortunately I can't go live until I get enough subscribers. So tell your Uncle Vinny, tell your grandma, tell your neighbor, tell your friends, subscribe to Sal Capano. All right, guys, I'll be on tomorrow if I hear anything. Actually right now something's breaking through. Extra unemployment benefits. It's just they're just going on and on that they're Joe Biden on what he's saying. I'm reading on top of my phone pretty much everything I just said. So don't forget about the food assistance as well. Everybody have a good night. Stay focused. Remember, don't get caught up in all the negative in this world. Let's try to stay positive. Let's try to come together as a nation. If one person can tell one person to tell a family member to tell another family member, it starts there. And let's try not to bring it home to our family. Let's try not to talk about politics. Let's try to keep it in, and let's just go one person and have some peace. Let's go with peace, people. Peace is the only way out of this, not violence. Let's keep our stress level down. Let's keep our blood pressure down. Everybody, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. It's my honor. I enjoy doing this, and my voice is for everybody, not just here in Nevada. I wish I could do more, but there's a lot of everybody, only one of me. But I'll do my little percent to help everybody out. Everybody have a good night.